In this video, I'm going to talk about one of the assignments we have, and that's the topics paper. Basically, with the topics paper, you'll select a chapter or a topic that you're interested in, and that will be the focus of your paper. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that I have this spread out over the course of the term, so each student will roughly have a different due date, and once we've gone through the selection process, which I'll tell you about in a minute, I'll update the due date for each person in Canvas so you know exactly when this is due for you. Now, what you'll basically do is select a topic or chapter, you'll read about that, and then you'll provide a summary of it. And I've got more details in the assignment page for the topics paper, but you're going to first talk about the topic, explain that overall topic or chapter, why is it important, why did you select it, what impact does it have, and then also I want you to connect that with outside content or references that relate to that topic. For example, if you picked the chapter that talks about technology, you might talk about wearables, things like Apple Watch, for example. You'd first summarize the topic, and then you'd connect it in. So you might connect into outside sources that talk about the role that technology plays in influencing health or influencing health decisions. I've got details on the assignment page, but you're going to look for roughly 2 outside sources to connect in. Now, I've got more details about the format of this assignment, and you should take a look at that as you're writing it, but what I want to get to is how you're going to select your particular topic or your particular chapter. So I'm going to show you how to use the sign-up sheet that I have, which is linked below when we talk about the assignments page for the topics paper, and there'll also be some announcements about this. So here's what you're going to look for, here's what you're going to see when you go to the assignment page. So what I'm going to talk about now is how to sign up for one of the chapters for the topics paper. On the assignment page for the topics paper, you should see something very similar to this. There likely aren't going to be too many modifications. I have the description of the assignment, and make sure you read through that as well as the other content here, just so you have an idea of what the paper is about. But when you're selecting a topic, you're going to use this topic sign-up sheet. And if you click on this link, it should open up a Google spreadsheet for you. And this is shared with our class so that as long as you log in with your Miami account, you can access this. So make sure you have your Miami account and that you're logged in to access this page. And what you'll want to do is look through. So let's say, for example, that I wanted to do chapter 5 as what I write my topics paper about. I would look for chapter 5, so we know that that's in module 3. Here's chapter 5, and I've got the due date. So for those students who select chapter 5, in this case, it would be due on the 12th. Now, keep in mind these due dates are going to change. This is just an example, and this is from spring 2017. So if you take this a different term, these due dates will understandably be different. But if I want to do chapter 5, what I would do is I would look at the rows here under the column that says student name, and note there's only one name per row. So in this case, nobody else has signed up, and let's say I really want to do chapter 5. Well, I would click on an open spot, and I would put my name down. And now I've signed up to do my topics paper on chapter 5, and that's due on the 12th of March. Now, let's say I went and did this and these spots are all full, that all 4 spots for chapter 5 are full. That means I would need to select a different chapter. So I would look through this list, and let's say that there's an opening on chapter 7. I would put my name where there's an open spot available. Now, if somebody else already has their name there, you should leave it be. You should only look for open spots. We have more spots available than we have students, but each person is going to need to sign up for only one topic. You should do this early on so that you can select a topic or chapter that you're interested in and so that you get your first choice. But you need to make sure to do this. What I will do is update Canvas so that when you put your name down, when everybody has their name down, I can individually put in, and let's say that I'll put my name back here. I'll put into Canvas so that Jeff Kuznikoff, the due date for that paper for that student is the 12th, and that'll appear on Canvas for you. I can only really do that once every student has selected here, so please do that soon so that we can get that available. But you should look for an empty spot to put your name so that you can sign up for one of the topics paper. Again, only one name per row, and if a chapter is entirely full, you should move on to find a different chapter. You can contact your instructor in case you have any questions, but this is how we'll sign up for the topics paper so that everybody can get a spot and that we avoid having everybody do it at the last minute and we have it more spread out over the course of the term.